Hi everybody, welcome. Hi. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I will answer you.
amigo. A ver si cae. Tres comidas, no ningún problema. O sea, tres comidas nada más. Vamos a pedir con huevo.
Why?
The way they drive. And the trailer they wait for the back. You see they drive nonsense.
So maybe they have maybe they sleep like that. Maybe now
Same, yes. You dey see.
maybe that's yesterday that I took them off for their building. Where they go.
Instead of to stop and say we don't stop.
Let me write what is defensive driving. Just type out.
Code.
What is defensive driving? Just type out.
What's the first?
What is defensive driving? Just type on like that.
My light down, Abi.
Yeah, no, yes. Buy this thing.
Really?
Huh?
Shit.
I said I need to buy those those guys they do those guys. Now they are coming.
Step by step. Cikin moto ne. Wala ya ne. That car, that 50. When they carry everybody, they get specific people where they carry.
You go buy ticket, you go enter.
Huh?
You go buy ticket, you go enter. That's more than the ticket for them. CMS.
Boy, you know go cost.
Yeah.
Boy, you go waste your time.
That one there. And if you get
advantage and disadvantage there. If you get locked there,
yeah, people don't full now.
People already full. Just enter the room.
Officer in charges. See?
Like now, also they do.
Osa.
At the shop, no. Still, yeah.
It's warm now. Warm yourself.
I don't do one. Never reach 1 month, sir. If I do home again, I go hold my money and go for food. Till reach over. Oh yeah.
Alright. Today we are doing the defensive driving, so I'll be back in a minute. Hold on. I'll be back. Alright, welcome back. So I asked the question that what is defensive driving? I've not seen any reply. Sorry, we just drove from place to place in just a few minutes. So today's class is going to be very a little bit practical. So let's just prepare our mind and let's get ready. So what do you understand by defensive driving? So defensive driving is when you drive defensively. Yes, you drive defensively. And how can someone drive defensively? It means that first of all, I'm saying what is driving? Most people doesn't even know the meaning of driving. Driving is moving your car from point A to point B safely. You can see the safely is very important in driving. So anybody can move a car, but moving it safely is very, very important when you're moving your car. So you need to move your car very, very safely. Now, back to defensive driving. Now, defensive driving is when you are driving defensively, like you are driving well, you are very conscious of what you are doing, like you you have your alertness is very high, you are anticipating, and you are very, very patient. Driving require patience. When you are driving, you need to do what? Very, very patient, because there's a lot of things that will be coming your way, you understand? A lot of things will be coming your way, like the way we busy. For instance, if you're in Nigeria, the way we drive in Nigeria is kind of a little bit frustrating. Like, you guys, people just come to your front and just without showing you any traffic lights, just stop in your front without you being aware. So a lot of things happens in this way. So defensive driving require what? Your 100% concentration. You need to be very, very concentrated when you are driving. The defensive driving requires what? 100% concentration. You need to be very, very vigilant. Like, watch the cars around you. Then another thing, you need to be confident. When you want to started driving, there'll be a kind of a little bit panicking stuff. You understand? But you need to take over things. That's things you gotta be thinking of, that these things are not real. They are not real from nowhere. They don't even function. So you just have to believe that these things are not real. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? That's that they are not real. So there's some kind of phobia. You get worried, like being first person on the road. You like, I don't want to hit the vehicle. I don't want the vehicle to hit me. All this anxiety. You need to forget about it. So you just have to focus, put your mind in it, and you need to be confident. Confidence is about driving too. If you're driving, you need to be very, very confident. Confidence is part of driving. You need to be very, very confident. You need to be confident. You need to be very, very confident. So I will also be talking about the road signs. We have the road signs, and I will take you through the road sign just in a few seconds just now. Like, what I'm saying. So you just have to follow me. So I'm saying that we have different kind of road signs. Road signs are the signs that makes you to what to be able to see a lot of things that is happening on the road, and you get a little more of information about that. So you have it a lot. So, and you need to be very conversant with it. So we just can a little bit show you some little poster just now. So I think in front of me right now is a regulatory sign. You can see that. So it's written on it. So all those things has a meaning. Like, I'm still going to talk about it one by one. And this is an information sign. You see this? Yes, these are the information signs. They give information of the rules where they are going. And these are regulatory signs. You see it? Yes, if you have any questions, I'm very 100% available to do the justice wherever you use or whatever questions you want to ask. Yes, you can see that these ones are regulating the rules on the roads. You understand? Yes, those are it. And these are the last one, but not the least. These are the warning signs. You can see it. They all have meaning and what they are doing. Hey, how are you? Good morning. So I will do justice to it now. Now let's go back to the ah. Era. Yeah. You see those signs? Now, like I said, they are informative sign. You understand? Those are the informative sign. If you go through the videos, You see, those ones are the ones that are giving you the information about where you are going. For instance, if you are a 60 kilometer to a specific area, or 20 kilometer, or 10 kilometer, it depends, you know. This one shows you like, okay, this is you are close to this place, you have 10 kilometers where you are going, you have 20 kilometers. Those are the information signs. They are giving you the information on the road. That's the function of all those ones. And the warning signs, these are the don'ts on the road, because if you don't obey them, you may eventually find yourself in trouble, because this gives you to know that if there is danger ahead, if there is a place for you to what, to stop, if there is a place for you to what, to slow down, if there's a place for you, if there's a place that's even no road. So these are the informative signs. You can see it on that. If you go through the videos, if you go down, so you'll see that. So these are the informatives. What they give information. They tell you things that happens. They tell you things that happens on the road. Like they tell you the danger. They tell you, okay, there is a potholes. There is the road is bad. There is a speed breaker. They just give you the places that is born in the tell you this is the place is what is a sharp bend, it's a sharp corner, you understand? They give you the warnings, those things, those don't on the road. So they give you warning. Now the regulatory signs, these are the signs that regulate you on the road. They are the regulatory, because just the way you mention their name, regulatory. They are regulatory signs. So they are regulating sign. They regulate sign, like they give you like you are meant to what, to speed so amount on this area. On this area, do not use your horn. On this area, do not go beyond this speed. There's some place that will tell you 80 kilometer per hour. And some place that will tell you 40 kilometer per hour. And there's some place that even tell you 20 kilometer per hour. And there's some place that will tell you what, 10 kilometer per hour. So it depends, like it depends on the kind of situation and the kind of place. So these are signs are what they are, regulated signs. So and informative signs are like what I said the other times. They give you the information, they let you to know that you have a fuel, you have a gas station ahead, you have this, they give you information about the road. So a road you are not familiar to, you are not expected to feel to be speeding. You are expected to be going like you go moderately. You don't speed because you are not familiar to the road. So you need to be what, to be very 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 careful. You need to be very careful when you are on the road that you are not familiar with, because normal, you don't need to speed when you are driving. Like you don't need to speed. What do you want to speed for? You don't need speed. You just need to be doing what you need to be going gradually. You need to be going gradually. At least as a beginner, if you go by 40 kilometers per hour, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. You'll be able to control whatever or whenever things want to happen. You'll be able to be in charge. You're able to do what? You'll be able to control it well. You're able to do justice to it. You're able to do it perfectly. You're able to do more about it. So that's and another thing I want to talk about is you know, anticipate. When you are driving, you need to be anticipating. What I mean by anticipating is just that you need to get ready of what is coming your way. You are driving for 5 cars, for instance. When you are driving, you can see that the other cars are doing their things. You also got to do your own. Like what I mean is that there are some people they didn't drive properly. They didn't follow the rules. They didn't follow the lane. So you drive in a way that you try to avoid it. That's not going to be bring the both you and them in trouble. Like you anticipate. For instance, a car in a junction where the traffic light has already stopped. There are some cars they won't stop. They will still want to go. They will still want to beat around red lights. So you need to be very careful. You need to observe that. You know that this is not ready to wait. It's moving. So you need to be anticipating. You need to be very, very anticipating. You need to read the minds of the other vehicle. You need to read their mind. You need to know what they want to do even before they do it, or when they do it. Even you need to get ready for it. It happens suddenly. Things that some of the things that you've been getting off, like you are already getting ready for it. So I'm talking about steering to your steering wheel. As you can see, it has four positions. The steering wheel has four positions. When you place, just try to place what called place work clock on your steering, just the way the work clock look like. Just place it beside the steering. Now the work clock, you see where you have 9 o'clock, that's where you have put your left hand, and where you have 3 o'clock is where you put your right hand. Or better still, you can use where you have 12 o'clock on the left hand, and where you have 2 o'clock on the right hand. This way of putting this on is just what? It's for you to be able to control the direction of the vehicle very well. You help you to be able to maneuver, be able to turn it well. You understand? When driving on a straight line, all you just need is just a little inch of adjustment. You don't really need much adjustment as that. It's just little adjustment you need. Just little adjustment is what you need when you are driving on a straight line. You just need to what? Adjust your hand little bit so that you are not out of the lane. Little to this side, little to this side. You see, if you are conversant to my videos and you do normally follow me, you see that I do normally show steerings, how my steerings are doing, how they are controlling those steerings, and they are making it work properly. Like what the way they are turning it. So you have the idea of what they are doing when you are what when you are watching. So this is what I'm trying to let you to know, that when you are driving on a straight line, you don't need to adjust your steering much. Unless with 2 inch to the left, to the right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. That's how you will be doing it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you'll be putting your steering. You regulate it to the left a little bit, you regulate it to the right a little bit on a straight line. Now, when it comes to bend, if you want to turn your steering, you don't just turn the steering for turning purpose. You turn it the way you want your car to move. So what am I saying is that if you are turning to the left, and maybe we have a bend, we have a sharp corner, we have a bend, we have sharp corner, we have roundabout. So all these places are bends. You understand? Which means that your steering wheel needs to kind of a little bit bend. So if you want to bend the steering, you just bend it a little bit. You don't bend it much. Just little is okay. And you watch. And if it's not enough, like your car doesn't be the way you want it to be, it doesn't really give you the things you wanted. You just try to you turn it a little bit more about it. You just add little to it. So this will make it to go to where you want it to go. So you make sure you are just following the trend of the line. Like you are following it. You are following it. And you need to give a space to a vehicle in your front too. You need to give a space for a vehicle in your front. You need to give space for vehicle in your front. Like you need to give a space of 60 meters to vehicle in your front. You don't get too close to vehicle in your front. You need to give him space so that you'll be able to see him very well. You'll be able to see him clearly. You understand? So you'll be able to see clearly, you'll be able to see very well. So, and one thing I want to even talk about the defensive driving is that when you are driving, don't speed excessively. And when you take drugs, you don't drive. No. When you take drugs, you don't drive. When you drunk, you don't drive. You better look for someone to drive you home. When you drunk, you don't drive. And what else again? When you drunk, you don't drive. When you're not feeling okay. Another thing, when you are in a car, you don't be in haste. Don't be in haste. This is another thing because if you are in haste, you'll be rushing, and this will make you to do what? Excessive speed, and which could lead for what? Which could lead to what? Accident. So what am I saying excess is that if you know you have an appointment by 8 o'clock, leave your home by 7. If you know you have an appointment by 9 o'clock, leave your hit by 8 o'clock, so that you've put an advance, so that anything you need on the road will make you to be what? To be rushing or to be posting you understand? So you need to be very, very careful on the road. You need to what? Very, very, very careful. And also I want to talk about the dashboards. So when you are using your car, there's some light that do normally do what? Do normally pumps up. They pumps up. This light they didn't just pumps up. It pumps up to give you an information about what is going on with your car. It pumps up to give you an information that what is going on in your car. For instance, if you have, I will bring those lights up. There are some lights that will indicating for you that your vehicle is what is about need to be servicing. That it is time for you to do what, to service the car. It's going to give you that sign. And there's some ones it's going to give it to that if your car is in overheating. Yes, that sign that it shows to you that your car knew what this your tire is less than each other. So all this light comes up in front of your dashboard, not from one or two, but just to give you a lot of information about what is going on with your car. These are the purpose, and these things they are meant for. They are not just there for to just there. You understand what I'm saying? They are there for you to know, to get a lot of more information about your car, like to get what is going on, like your car is working well, your car is not working well. These are the purpose of these things they are meant for. They are not just there. So you need to be what? You need to be very, very careful and very, very uh, observant. You know, for example, there's some ways that check engine. So you didn't wait until you use it long and long and long and long and long and long. Then to rest is that the thing has stopped working. You shouldn't be like that. So you should be very, very careful like I said, you should be very, very careful to to uh, to your dashboard. You should be very conversant. You check it, you see like what all those signs has meaning. It has what they are doing. They are giving you information. They are giving you a lot of things. They are passing you. They are letting you to know a lot of things. So you should be very, very conversant with them. Like that's your dashboard. So and also another thing I want to talk about is checking your car regularly. You need to be checking car regularly. You know what I'm saying? You need to check it regularly. You need to check whether you have water in your radiator, whether your engine oil is perfect, whether uh, uh, your engine oil is perfect. Check your engine oil. You check your power steering oil. You you check your brake oil. You check if the belt, your farm belt is firm. You check those things too. You check if all the lights are working. The lights gives the information. This one that will tell the cars that is coming behind. Okay, Presently now you are turning to the left or you are turning to the right. So you should be what very very careful in doing this. So another things I want to talk about. Most of the times there is a manual car. Right now we have automatic. So and you can see that in automatic you have park, you have reverse, you have neutral, you have drive one, you have drive two, you have drive three. It depends on the maker and the product of the car. And there's some cars you don't have it that way. You have it speed one, speed two, speed three. So whatever it is, I think your drive is for the movement. Your drive is what is for the movement, moving the car, like moving it in the right direction, moving it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that is the number one. And I think the drive two is when you want to kind of a little bit climb a hill. Yeah, when you want to climb a hill, I think that's the function of the drive two. So I really thank you for being host long for this time. So on this now. So today is going to be a great day. I'm going to have a lot of practical today. So I'm going to even dish it out directly. The way it comes, that's where I'm going to dish it out. So I'm going to dish it out for you guys. So nothing to worry about, nothing to fear of. Just prepare and follow me. Go through, subscribe, subscribe to my channel, you understand? So don't just come, subscribe to it. So I'm good for all my videos too. I'm here to give you the best, I can guarantee you that in a day you're able to what to move your car. If you follow me step by steps, go through some of my videos, I will assure you you'll be able to drive conveniently. Yes, you're able to drive conveniently. I can guarantee you that you're able to drive conveniently. I can also do what? Assure you that you're able to drive conveniently. On the nose, driving is not hard. It's not hard. You just have to put some mind in it. You just have to be focused. You understand? You need to be focused. Yes, you need to be focused. You need to be focused. That's what driving. When you're driving is all about. Driving is calculative. It's like you are doing mathematics because there are some roads. We have different type of roads. We have one-way drive. This is a place that you cars are going, cars are not coming. You understand? And we have a place that two-way drive, that a car is coming, likewise another car too is coming. They even face you face to face. You can see car facing each other in this kind of drive. So whichever one you are using, you are meant to what? To be focused. You focus about it. You don't panic. You don't fear. You prepare your mind. You get ready. You should be expecting unexpected too when you are driving to use. A lot of things happens while driving. Driving world is crazy sometimes. You are not ready to hit anybody, but before you know, somebody has hit you from your back, and that's nothing you can do about it. So those are things that happens in driving world. So all I'm going to say is just that you need to what get prepared, focus, get ready, and ready to give you a shot, ready to give you what it takes. You understand? Ready to give it whatever it takes. And another thing I would say is that driving require what? Patience. That could require what? Anticipation. That could require what? Alertness. Driving require what? Awareness. You understand? You need to be aware of the road you are what? You're about to use or you want to use. You need to be what? Very, very aware of it. So driving has a lot. There's a lot about drivers that you need to know. I don't know if you get my point. So There is a lot about it. There's a lot you need to know about driving. So all I say is just that focus, don't panic, don't fear, and do it little by little. Little by little, you build the confidence. You don't need to take a call to have confidence when you want to kind of little bit drive defensively. You don't do that because when doing that, it's like you're intoxicating yourself. You're putting yourself in another world. You're taking yourself to another thing because it's going to believe me, it's going to affect you. It will affect you. So you don't need to do that. If you know you are panicking, just make sure you may start with a local road that you know that this is not a busy road. This is a road that is kind of a little bit. It's not that busy. It's kind of a little bit. It's not a road that is busy. Is a road that is kind of a little bit. It's, what I want to say. It's not busy as that. So you could start with that, and from there you move on. Like I said, you move on from there. You move down from there. You move from there. 1 minute, please. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute.
ACC is often going to suspend.
Now welcome back. This is a manual car. So now I've selected my gear 1. Now I want to take my leg away from party point and I'm driving out. driving out now. Yeah, I select my reverse gear because I'm coming out of in between cars. Now I want to go to the front. I select my gear 1 and I put on my bed. So once I've selected the gear 1, I take my clutch to what? Biting point, which is what? Half clutch. Now once I take it to biting point, you can see that my car is what? My car is moving. Now if you get what I said, your gear 1 is what? 0 to 20 on the speedometer. So now I have to go to gear 2. So I take it backward. That is what? That is gear 2. This is my gear. I'm in gear 2. Now I want to go to gear 3, which is the middle gear. Yes. Now I'll go back to gear 2. Yes, good morning. We are now I'm doing practical right now, and I'm using a manual car today for a practical. So if you want to drive your manual car, first you press your clutch and you select gear 1, which I'm doing right now. Now I change my gear to gear 2. Sorry that my camera only faces me, doesn't face other side. Now remember your gear 1 is 0 to 20, while your gear 2 is what? 20 to 40 in what? In kilometer per hour. Now I'm going to gear 3 now. So I've selected my gear to gear 3. Yeah, welcome back. I'm now in practical class with a manual car. Now, something wants to stop my car there, so I have to change my gear to gear 1 because it's kind of a little bit climbing and hill. So if you are driving a manual car and you want to climb a hill, you take your gear back to what? Take it back to gear 1. This is what I just did just now. If you are driving a rough road with a manual car, you still use gear 1 because it's the high gear. It has the strength to move the engine than the other gear. In fact, you can call gear 1 a master gear. Yes, you can do that. Called Gear 1 was a master gear. Now, that's a truck in my front. The manual gear, you want to stop, press your clutch, then you press your brake. That's how you stop your manual car. You can't stop your manual car with brake alone. It's going to went up. Then press your brake. That is how to stop a manual. Yeah, welcome back. Right now, I'm still using my Gear 1. I'm using my Gear 1. Right now, I press my clutch down, then I take my gear backward, which is what? Gear 2. Your Gear 1 is in the front, while your Gear 2 is at the back of front. While your Gear 2 is at the back of Gear 1. Like I said, your Gear 1 is in the front, and your Gear 2 is at the back of. Yes. Right now I'm in express. So now I'm from Gear 2 now. I'm going to Gear 3. Because the more you go, the more you change your gear. This is Gear 3. I need to slow down because there's a little traffic in my front. So let me put it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can see there's a little traffic in my front. So right now, I press my full clutch, change my gear back to Gear 1. Then go to my biting point. Change my back to Gear 2. Change my gear back to Gear 3. Like I said, that the road is free. So as I'm progressing, as I'm moving on, I keep on changing my gear. So right now, I change my gear to Gear 4. So Gear 4 is one of the last gear. Some car has 5, like the one I'm driving now has 5 gear. So right now, change my gear to the last gear, which is what? Gear 5. If I let it anything alter me to use my brake or call me to stop, I think I can use the gear to do what I got to my bus stop, but it's not possible. Right now I have to use brake. Go on, got it. Somebody go. Yeah, I'm not in gear 2. That's gear 3. Now, I change my gear back to gear 4. Now I need to slow down. So I need to change my gear back to gear 2, which I did. So now I change my gear back to gear 3. Yes, like what I said, I'm using manual for today's practical. Manual car. Now driving around the road. So I'm in gear 3, I'll go to gear 4. I can kick it backward. I'm in gear 4, going to gear 5 right now. So this is gear 5. Yeah, I'm in gear 5, which is the last gear. So if I just utter my brake, till I got to my last bus stop, That's no problem. If there's nothing that will make me to slow down, I have no need for me to change my gear. But if anything that makes me to slow down, I have to change my gear and start all over from 2. But right now, the road is still free. The road is free. Yeah, the road is free. So I'm still on the last gear. That's it. I'm in my last year, as I said. The road is free. I've not altered my brakes since. This is an express road. You can see the road. You can see the road that is free. Slow down because I got to where I'm going. I press my clutch. Yeah, I'm at my final destination. Thanks for watching. See you in another section. Bye for now.